There we go.
Well, how did I get on if you weren't public?
There's two links. You clicked on the other link.
Oh, I see.
That's the thing with the links. One puts you in the audience and one puts you behind the scenes here.
Oh, I see.
So which link did you click on? Because I don't know which is which. I always use the open link because I have to start the whole thing.
One says moderator. I thought you were the moderator, and so I clicked on the other one. It doesn't say that.
Well, that's interesting because you should be out there and Sarah should be in here then. So this is one of the wonderful things about Google Hangouts. They do work, but they don't always work exactly the same way, and your experience can be a little bit different during each journey, partly because it depends on who started it, as well as what Google updated this week.
I see.
So just because the process was one way this week, it may not be different. Originally, you used to have to approve the Google Hangout app every meeting, and then they figured out that was a problem and a time waster, so they changed it so once you said you were wanting to join, you could just go join every time, because it used to make you log into your Google account every time for every meeting.
Well, I had to log into Google to get on.
That's because of the link you used. I think if you used the other link, it wouldn't have, or it may have been because I hadn't activated it yet.
But
I'm never quite sure of the process because I'm not worried about it. I'm happy it works, and I don't want to spend time to figure out why it has idiosyncrasies. I don't know why we can't get why we haven't seen Agnes or Sarah. Well, that's interesting. You found your way here, and you have the least amount of experience online. It says I have 8 admins and 0 attendees. So I'm going to copy the link in the back here, and I'm going to post it in the SolarPreneur group. This is one of the things about the groups on the side. Once you figure out how you can use them, I can post just to people in the group by sharing in the group.
I see.
So right now I'm going into my Google account, and I copied the link for this webinar, and I post it, call it today's link, and then when people want to find it, they can go there. It'll also give them a notification when I do this. Yeah, sometimes things just don't work the way you think they would. So once you're inside the Hangout, if you hover over the top of the screen, there's a way you can share the link, or the way you can invite somebody else by adding the email.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, if you go hover over that bar at the top that has the camera and the microphone, the last one is invite people. If you click on that, there's a link you can copy and paste if you want to share it. There's also a place where you could type in somebody's email, like Sanders if you do it, Sapphire, whatever that is.
Where's it? At the top where it says webinar and jam?
Not quite that far up. So you know where the bar appears in the middle of the screen when you go up and hover at the middle of the screen?
Yeah.
So if you look, there's 4 tabs. So the first one is a person
on the left?
No, in the middle of the screen.
Oh, I see, on the top there.
Yeah. So there's 4
microphone, camera, and bandwidth.
Go the other way. There's invite people on the end, or maybe only I can invite people because I set up the webinar. You may not have a plus sign.
There's no plus sign.
Okay. Well, there's Agnes. She knows more about this than I do.
Hi, Agnes. Not responding.
We get the picture. She must be still having lunch.
Oh, there she is.
So yes, everybody had an experience as logging in different today. My dad came right in. Sarah says she couldn't get in. Was there a problem on your end, Agnes?
Yeah, I just had the wheel spinning saying that you hadn't logged in yet.
That's funny because I came in at 5:02. I didn't start the webinar till 5 after because only Dad was here, but maybe it depends on the link. So we need to figure out which the top or the bottom link in the email works best. Dad clicked on the top one.
Hi,
yeah,
Agnes.
That's the one I clicked on. Hi, Peter. How are you doing?
Fine, thanks.
Yeah, I clicked on the top one too, but as I say, I just got a spinning wheel saying that you hadn't logged in yet.
I've now been on. I've been live for 5 minutes.
More than that, I
Oh,
think.
okay. That's why
Like
I
I said,
quickly messaged you and said, having problems? Because I saw
on
you on
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah, I saw you come on Facebook, so I just did a quick message to you, but it doesn't matter. We're here now.
Yeah.
But it could explain to you if anybody else is having problems.
Sarah was saying she had a problem, and I posted the link in her thing, and she said she was still stuck. So I said I pushed the button. I started here, and that was 10:33. Um, I'm having a problem, and you might know the answer to this. My Android phone isn't syncing with my Facebook online, so if I talk to somebody on my cell phone, when I go online, that chat doesn't appear, and I have to start all over again. So because we chatted on the phone earlier this week, when you sent me the message, it pinged on my phone, not on my desktop, so I couldn't just look up here and see what your chat was. I had to go look at my phone.
It's kind of strange, eh? Yeah, and I don't sync my phone because I don't want to be tied down.
I'm going to answer Sarah's question here, Agnes. So if you could start talking, that'd be wonderful.
Sure. How are you doing, Peter?
Fine, thanks. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks. Yeah, I was just talking with Michael earlier on his landing page there about getting, so we can share these articles,
Oh, yes.
just so that he's got that opt-in box.
Mm-hmm.
And having a little extra field put in there that says, I was referred by or sent to this page, whatever, so that if you were to post this on your Google Plus or your Facebook or something, and somebody were to follow the link and actually opt in, they could put your name or my name or whose ever name, and then Michael knows exactly where to put them.
Oh, I see. Right.
So, and then I've just created one page on my website, and I guess I'll create another one. There's so many rules for advertising that I got to be really careful about what I put on a landing page that I'm going to advertise. So, so it's scoop, Michael.
Sarah, like you, had a problem logging in. It told her that the webinar was not available yet, and I've asked her to log back in using the link that I posted in her Facebook, because it's the link that was generated inside the Hangout, and it's different than
and
the
that's how I got into.
Yeah.
Was by the Facebook group.
So my dad says he doesn't have that link, so I'm going to show him what it looks like just for educational purposes by doing a bit of a screen share here.
So, yeah, I don't show a link.
I didn't get in on Facebook today. I got in off your email.
But the other two people that tried the email didn't work, so yeah, we'll have to figure out why that happened.
Don't forget, you're going to have access to links that we don't, because you are the moderator person.
Yeah. So for some reason, I haven't clicked out of here. So I can't show you the inside of the Hangout because it casts. Oh, there it is. So if you look inside here, Dad.
Okay, we've just got you.
I got multiple pictures here.
Yeah, Michael. We've just got the mirror.
Oh, I see. It cascades and you can't tell. But I think you can see in the image there's an invite person box, there's a hide participants, microphone, camera, settings, and call. So mine's just a little bit different in the back office than what you see. So I'm going to go on with the basics of what I was going to show, and then I'll let Agnes run us through what she's using. And then you were
we don't have the invite people link, Michael, in ours.
Yes, that's what I found out today. I had no idea because we never had the discussion. And I'm in the habit, and people that are in the Web Posse know to go look for the link in the Web Posse, but if you're not familiar with groups or Michael, you might not know to go look for the link I put in SolarPreneur.ca today when I had a problem.
Yeah, which is why I had one of the reasons I had my Facebook open, because I thought if you post something else, then I'll find it.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why we haven't seen from Sarah yet, because she's following the hard link from her messenger, so she should be able to get in easily because that's the easiest way to get in. So I'm kind of confused, but these things happen. So I'm going to add a new page and go through the basic process. So this page is going to be, I see there's a bit of a lag here because my computer is busy hosting the website. This new page is going to be called Peter. So it will appear as SolarPreneur.ca /Peter.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
Put in the last name, just in case you bring another Peter on board.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's why I stopped. We have to find out monikers for everybody who used last names, and I think last names is probably the easiest. I have one, but not everybody's comfortable not using their name, and I think especially for connection, we should probably use people's full name if they give their full name, just for as much information as you normally use, so it matches your Facebook profile when somebody goes and looks at it. Something Dad may not be aware of is to keep the same picture on all your public stuff if you can, so that when people look at you on Facebook, it's the same thing they see on Google, it's the same thing they saw on your Facebook account. Otherwise, if one's your dog, one's your cat, and one's your wife, they might be really confused as to who you are and what you're doing.
I see, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody's really reluctant to use their real name, maybe that's okay. But like, who would you do something? Do business, serious business, with somebody who was just the Cherry Power guy, or would you like to know that this person has a name and is a real person?
Well, that's a really good question because we did do a lot of business as the Cherry Power guy, but it was interchangeable. There was also a Cherry Power gal, and it was sort of simple. And for us, it was the first point of defining ourselves. But we quickly left it behind. Unfortunately, Facebook's let me change that because I was told that you couldn't change your Facebook personalized tag, and I've changed mine to Michael Jean Pierce now.
Well, I was just noticing on your posts, they're also by a Cherry Power guy, which is why I pulled that name out.
Well, here's the odd thing. That was because I used the Graventar plugin, and that was the moniker in the Graventar plugin. So when I created my WordPress site, that went by default, and I didn't even know I couldn't change it later. So
but I think you can change it under your settings.
It says there that the nickname can't be changed in the back office.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think there's a way to set up.
There's Sarah.
Hello.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm using my phone because my computer didn't work.
Oh, at least you adapted. You're a true entrepreneur. You made it work.
Yes.
Well, I'm looking for my dad's picture. I think I have one here. That's actually Peter Pocklington.
Close.
Close. And it's so funny that most of the people. All right. Well, I can't find Dad's picture, so I'm just going to use one as a placeholder here, just for demonstration purposes. I can change it later. So I've chosen a picture, and I'm going to insert a picture here. And
Okay. Got my computer.
I'll say Grammarly on here because I spelled that. So you could put as much information or as little as you wanted on this page, and then I would go to Aweber and I would use this file back here, and I would copy the Aweber on here, and it would look very much like the one that we started with. Let me save this before I leave the page. I can go in.
Sarah, we've got you in stereo now. We've got two Sarahs, so that's why we're getting feedback.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You finally logged on.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Here's the simple version, Dad. When I do the mock-up, it'll have your picture here, your bit of story, and on the right-hand side, one of these will appear, but it will be to a list called Peter Pierce in my Aweber. So once somebody comes to your page and fills out this form, I will get a notification in my email, and I can contact you by forwarding it to you. So I'll just send you the email that comes to my Gmail,
I
and
see.
you'll have their name, email, and phone number or postal code if they've given you that. The reason I've asked for these 4 pieces of information is these are actually the 4 pieces of information required by the SolarCity application for a customer. And this one, the postal code, is the most important one for us because it's good to know whether the people before you actually talk to them are a potential solar customer, because it's a different conversation if solar is not available in their neighborhood yet, as opposed to, yeah, you've seen the trucks around, let me get you more information. And as another advertising...
Another suggestion, Michael?
Yeah?
Is postal/zip, because I guarantee a U.S. person, if they've followed a link, probably doesn't know what a postal code is.
Yeah, I might even want to just use zip since we are targeting U.S. customers, and that would create less confusion. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, but up the road we're going to be targeting Canadians as well.
Okay, well, I've got enough space for it, so I can use postal, zip code, and optional. See, the reason I put optional is the name and the email are required, but the phone number and the postal code are optional. So something we've learned in our marketing training, which I'm sure Agnes has experienced, the more options you make your clients give you, the less likely they are to fill the form out and accept. So I've kept it as simple as possible, but because the phone's useful, because I like to actually talk to people, and of course the postal code is necessary so we can figure out whether they're solar customers, going on the list for potentially solar customers, or we want to start that conversation whether they want to become a partner before it gets to them, so they can have people lined up so they can make a fortune when it does come to their area, because that's how that conversation happens. You know, if you actually talk to somebody and they hum and haw about I don't want a business, it's like, well, you imagine, you know, when it does come to your neighborhood in the next 6 months, if you already have 50 people that want to get signed up, you're going to make more money in the first month than you made all year from your job. Isn't that worth some of your time? And let them think about it. Don't push it. You have to be able to walk away from it. Give them one good, solid reason and let them stew. Then they answer you. Does that make sense, Dad?
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
So I'll play with this on Wednesday, and I'll have one done with your picture. If you want to do a little 100-word or 150-word introduction, send it to me by email. I'll add that, and I'll create the Aweber account that says Peter Pierce on it, so that when they come to your page, they get sorted by my system to you, so that when they sign up or go solar, you're going to get credit for it. And as other people join and want to participate that aren't marketing savvy, I'll just create a landing page that's exactly the same as yours for each one of them. The only personalization will be their picture and their 150-word story. We don't want to write a novel, but you need to introduce yourself in a way that it's going to connect with something you've already shared in your
You wanted
Facebook
to do mainly with solar power or everything?
Well,
or
it's
background on
your
yourself?
target. In your case, Dad, you might want to talk about, as a veteran of the construction industry with 40 years experience, I really wish I'd had this option to put in the homes I was building when I was building homes for families.
Right on, okay, I understand, yeah.
That's going to line up with where I'm going to teach you to market on LinkedIn, because when you come and sit down with me, I'm going to show you how to join LinkedIn groups, and we're going to target groups that are construction workers or construction-related trades, because those are the people you're going to be comfortable talking with, and they're going to be comfortable talking with you, and you're going to be able to relate to, as opposed to you trying to talk to professional online marketers. That would be a waste of your time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah.
Leave those to Agnes and me.
Michael, I have a question. I'm going to go door knocking tonight, and I'm going to put the website on my flyers. Can it, the first, is the first video amicable for new clients?
Yes, if you use this page here, the Zero Down Solar one, this is where I would start all the brand new people, Sarah.
But I'm just going to print. I'm gonna put the website address. Is that how it's gonna? Is that's where it's taking them?
But yes, it does. But if you look in the header where I highlighted this right now,
Yeah. Okay.
if you press on the page, it changes the header from SolarPreneur.ca to Zero Downs Power for U.S. homeowners. So this is what we're offering them. So I want it to be to line up with what they're expecting. So by choosing this page, you're doing two things. You're directing them to where to start, which is the first tab on the page, and I sort of want them to go across the page. I want to actually move the Canadian to the end, but I don't remember how to shuffle those things around. I've tried it and saved it, and it didn't move, so I might be doing something wrong that Agnes could explain later. But in here is the little 1.5 minute cartoon where the two characters talk about, do you want to change the world? And the quote above it talks about that. We have two choices, whether you want to take the orange pill or the black pill. Here's the way to help the planet with clean energy choices, and keep your head out of the sand, keep your head in the sand and start using dirty energy to harm this planet, as well as negatively affecting the lives of your own friends and family. The second one explains the connection with Elon Musk, Solar City, and Jonathan Budd. Then he talks about the problem. It's the 10-minute video, which is one of the best jobs I've ever seen of basics. And the third piece is what they're here to see. This is that 4-minute cartoon which explains how the solar process works, which is what you're introducing them to. So I've kept it absolutely as simple as possible, and this is the starting point. They need to feel that warm fuzzy you get watching this video. Then they need to hear Jonathan explain the basics, and then they need to see what they're here to see, which is how the solar deal can save them money.
But you only have 3 or 4 or 5 minutes with a person. My suggestion, but the team can say this video should be like on the top. I only have like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes for the person to give, the stranger to give me, unless they're engineers who likes to read a lot. But I might be wrong.
Well, I don't know. Let's watch the first video and see whether an engineer would be interested in it. We may be talking about the wrong thing. This is the video I recommend we start with because it's simple and open to everybody.
What the? Who are you?
Relax, Leo.
Wait a minute. How do you know my name? And why the heck are you glowing?
Never mind those questions, Leo. You hold the key to create a new world. A world powered by light.
Look, I don't know who you think I am.
Somebody probably spent $50,000 designing this to control people's emotional strings.
Take the
I think
orange
it's a
pill,
great
come
piece.
with me, and take back your power. Or choose the black pill. You will forget I ever came. And go back to your normal stuff.
We just met. Do you want to buy me a drink first? Well, okay. I'm in.
Now you're ready to see.
See what?
The truth, Leo. The dark truth that powers your life.
Now, I'm not going to take you through the whole 4 minutes. I'm sure you've all watched it. Now, the other option is I could flip it around and we could take this video and put it up front. But I don't think this video has the same emotional impact.
Welcome to the future of energy. Last video, we talked about the pain of electricity bills. Now, despite your best efforts, the amount you owe never drops a dime. In fact, it just keeps going up. Instead of spending your hard-earned money on trips to the beach,
now, I'm not emotionally attached to either, and I'm willing to go with the group. If you guys want to share your opinions, what order would you prefer to see?
Okay, Sarah?
Yes.
Are you thinking that you're going to get into people's homes and have them go to the website with you? Is that what your plan is?
Well, my sister already sells 3 panels a day in Florida. So she's going to walk with me today, and she says, you got to have a website that they can go and review what you told them. I'm going to establish a relationship, leave the website so they can review it. And also people who don't answer the door, I'm going to leave it at a door hanger. So I only have a few minutes.
I'm wondering if you can make a few door hangers just for the next couple of days and then have Michael design your page the way you want it when Michael designs like a page for you and a page for Peter.
I don't know. He might already have it right. I'm asking you for opinions. For opinions of people. It might be already right the way it is. I'm asking you the team for opinions.
Okay.
Honestly, when I did build my page, I did put my own page. I did put the scribe thing first, but that was just my.
How about I stop right now, because I've gone through the basics of what I wanted to share, and you could have your point and share what you're talking about by actually showing us what you've done, and that way Sarah will have a better idea what she's comfortable sending people to, because you and I right now are the only two choices for having had a model to show her.
Okay, sure, yep.
So I'm going to stop the screen share. Take me just a second. And not the broadcast, and I'll take it back to you and click on you, and you can actually take them and screen share what you're talking about. It's so much easier when you can look at it.
Okay, I'm not getting the screen share option.
Okay, so if you hover on the left side of your monitor.
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry.
The green
the green one?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm used to the other one where I get an invitation.
So my dad and I were on the phone this morning with his youngest daughter, Sandra, and her husband have agreed to partner up before the end of the month.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
And they already have a marketer in mind that has a list of hundreds of U.S. homeowners and thousands of people in Canada out of Victoria that they've been good friends with for a decade. He works at Home Depot because he needs social outlet, but he supports himself working online, so I'm excited to meet him this week.
Cool. Okay, so can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so basically, my website is all about my business, so obviously I don't want to confuse people. So when I created this page, sorry, I've got so many tabs open, it's going to take a second to load. This video does auto start on this page.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, as I say, it just goes straight there. If they keep on scrolling down, that's when I have Jonathan Buds. I have a really short write-up. Finally, a business that doesn't put profit first. When my children were young, I taught them. I'm going for the touchy-feely thing. When my children were young, I taught them if they weren't part of the solution, they were part of the problem. I'm choosing now to be part of this solution so my grandchildren have a healthier environment to grow up in. Canada's not on this solar grid yet, but forward-thinking Canadians can qualify as advocates. A number of U.S. states are already reaping the benefits of this program, with many more to follow. If you want an invite to find out more about zero-down installment qualification or how to qualify as an advocate, click here. And when they click there, it goes straight to my contact page. And this is just the simplest way for me to do it. And this is the other thing that I did build here, which shows up on my total website. Now, on that page that I created, just so that they don't wonder who the heck Agnes Knowles is, I did have a homepage. I put a homepage button on here so that if they want to go check out more about me, they can click on that and go to my website. But that's how I'm doing it for now. As I say, I will create a different one if I go to paid advertising, because there's a ton of rules about paid advertising, and I don't want to get dumped off of any of the sites, just because I do a lot. Oops. So anyway, that's how I did mine, but like everybody's going to be different.
I love it, Agnes. I never thought of using it full screen like that and taking it in direct, like it is much clearer than mine. And I like the site. I like the setup. I hadn't actually been here as a customer for probably 6 months.
I like the colors. The colors are very soothing. Very cute.
Yeah. I created this just because if you create a page and take everything off of it, which is what I do when I advertise, so that they only have a really specific, because once they go to my, like if I just put everything, like, let's go to let's just even go to the blog. If we go to, if I just put another page on like this with all my sidebar stuff and things like that, and these tags right here, they can quickly get lost, and I don't want to lose people from what I'm paying to have them come to. So I create a page, a new page. I remove the header. I remove all the sidebar stuff. I created this little header myself, which is why the colors don't quite match. On my regular web page, it says "What the hell happened?" And some advertising platforms consider hell to be like what the hell happened, consider it to be swear, cursing, and don't like it. So I just changed it in this little header bar to retirement make it possible. But yeah, then I went full screen because once again, I don't want to get them distracted given the fact that I do have the opt-in down here.
Did you make this website yourself?
I created this page. The website itself was made for me.
Okay.
But I take care of it now, and I create everything I want to do on it now.
Very good.
So the first thing is to hire somebody to make me a website?
You could probably do it fairly cheaply. I mean, so much one-click stuff out there now. I'd probably recommend you try to give it a try, and if you fail abysmally and get totally frustrated, then hire somebody.
Okay. But in the meantime, I'm gonna use the generosity of Michael Pierce to use his website and the
But it's
support.
not totally generous, Sarah. If you can grow a business, I make money off your efforts. It makes complete sense that I put at your disposal and my dad's disposal all the tools I've acquired over the last 3 years. I've spent probably, well, I know I spent $15,000 in the last 3 years on tools and training and marketing stuff and websites and banners and advertising and all those other things. And I would hate for any of you to have to go and spend $15,000 before you made any money. So if I can, get your startup cost down to maybe $1,000 in your first year, first of all, you're going to be super excited because you're going to be in profit in 2 or 3 sales. And second of all, you're going to have a great story to tell other people. I so appreciate Agnes's support because honestly, I think I probably would have quit about 1.5 years ago if I hadn't had a local coach that would just come along. I was at an odd spot. I wasn't quite sure I was comfortable with video. Agnes is local. We took the same training platform. She came over and shot my first 10 or 12 videos with me and got me really comfortable with the process. She had we had Robin over as a guest speaker, and we did 5 sessions, 4 sessions when she was here. And it was really useful, and it helped me progress. So if you guys are stuck, I'm going to give Agnes a plug here. Agnes is an online coach. She coaches people how to go from offline to online, whether you have a business or not, in basic steps. I'm sure she could point you at some of her own training, and before you go out and pay complete strangers, there are things she can do to help. If you wanted advice about advertising, she's worked with one of the probably 5 or 10 best in the entire industry. And been at his side at his home working with him. So she knows things that I don't even know about advertising and marketing. And like she showed with this website, she's had more time available as well as had more focus than me because she's had less family distractions. As well as she was already having success when I came into the training group. So in a lot of ways, she's ahead of me as an online marketer. So if I don't have the answers, Agnes is going to. So thank you, Agnes, for showing them an option that I hadn't even gotten to developing yet.
No problem. Now, while I've got the screen, Michael, do you want me to do the sharing thing?
I would love it if you could show how you would share a post from this website. That would be very helpful, even to me, because every time I see somebody do a good job of something, it helps me do a better job the next time I try to do it.
Okay. Okay, so this is the... I chose this article from your homepage, but I guess it's the same one as the Zero Down Power for U.S. Homeowners. Is that correct?
No, that's an actual page. This is a post.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So this is the post that I chose for sharing. And Peter and I were talking earlier, Sarah, but on this page, this opt-in form here, I believe Michael's going to put a referred by or something, so that if you share this page and somebody, you know, is, you know, one of your Facebook friends or something sees it, comes over, Michael can, if they fill out this form, Michael knows it right away that they were sent by you. So that helps in terms of making sure everybody gets credit for whoever comes over here. At the very bottom of the post are the share buttons. And I don't know if I'm preaching to the choir, let me know. If you click on one of them, what happens is this comes up, and I always put a personal comment in. Sorry, I prepared this just before we came online. So basically, I put, if you believe solar energy is the way of the future, but think affordability is a thing of the past, then you'll like this present. And I'm using sort of the double play on words right now with it being December, between, you know, Hanukkah and Christmas and whatever else is going on.
Right.
And then I always leave it public, and I share it like that. If you have a Twitter account, you will know that you have fewer words available to you. And once again, the blue part is the beginning of is the title of Michael's post. You can either go with that, or once again, put in your own, which, if this is going to be like way short, so I would tend to just shorten this up. All right. And basically then they've still got the link, but I've put my own personal touch in there. I mean, oftentimes, you know, the title of the post is good. I'm just showing you the variations that are possible. And then you click the tweet. Now, you can do the same with the Facebook tab and put it where you want to put it. Because I have a business page, this may or may not open properly because I have my business page open. What I tend to do for Facebook, I have a business page, and I pre-schedule all my posts. So if I come over here, well, I've still got that on my save button. I'm going to put that in there. I'll go back, and once again, the bar up here, I'll take the title, paste it. Now I'm just playing devil's advocate here, or showing you some of the options. This right here is a possibility. If you do have a business page, I tend to remove the URL just because most people, I think, click on the picture, and I want my comments to be clearer. But if you have a business page, you also have the option of coming down here and choosing maybe a picture that you'd like. Just for the sake of argument, I'm going to go with this one. And so it loads, and I'm just clicking on Michael's to load mine, and then I can either schedule it, which is, as I say, what I usually do, or, sorry, I just clicked the wrong place.
That's a good thing.
Or publish it.
As I said, she teaches you things I don't even know yet.
Wow.
So, okay, that picture is probably not going to work because you can't see the entire picture, although it still now leads back to the website and the article. So, as I say, I will end up changing that picture because I like the picture and I like what it says, but if you can't see it, it's ineffective.
Yeah, Facebook restricts you to the middle third of the frame pretty much. They're kind of fussy about where you put your letters.
Yeah.
More so than all the other.
So, anyways, that's sort of the 3 sharing options down here at the bottom. And the other, if you're sharing on your personal page, what I might recommend you do for this sort of stuff, if you're posting pictures of your children and grandchildren, needless to say, you don't want a lot of people to see that stuff. Sorry, but when you post, sorry, I was just going so slowly here. Okay, sorry, I don't know. Down here, before you post, I would click this to public, which means everybody and anybody can see the post. So what happens is if you post a picture of your child and keep it just as friends here, then obviously only your friends can see it. If you go public, then not only do your friends see it, but their friends can see it. And if anybody just suddenly hears that, well, I hear Peter Pierce is doing something, let's check out his profile on Facebook, they will never ever see the pictures of your grandchildren or your personal stuff, but they will see your public posts, which is like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
I see.
That sort of thing. So if you have a business page, it's going to go public anyways, but on a personal page, I would recommend changing it to public.
Just for the post to do with Powur, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then the thing to remember there is if you post something public, it changes that status. So I would make sure, like, you have to remember then if you're going to post something that is personal, like a picture of your grandchild, make sure you change it back to friends only.
Okay.
So, all right. Is that good, Michael?
That is fantastic, Agnes. And I love the community safety tip for kids and grandkids because I rarely ever tell people, but everybody needs to know that that's an option. Yeah, things like posting pictures with your own address in it. I mean, if you're not public about your address, you have to be conscious about that. If you take a picture of your house, people can zoom in on it and get your address off of it. If you don't want your grandchildren to potentially be victimized online, you might want to take all family-related pictures and make them friends only. But if you don't know where the option is, you cannot protect yourself, or if you don't know it is an option, or somebody doesn't remind you. So thank you for being that super mom and grandma I know you to be, Agnes, and covering something that might not be relevant to all marketers, but it certainly is relevant to all people that have family and want to be safe online. So thank you.
Well, I think too, just while we're talking this, is the way it really hit home for me is a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine, actually teaches online safety, and she showed her client how she went to her website, she got her address from the Whois, which is a little piece of, yeah, so got the address, put Google Earth, the address, found a picture, a street picture of her home, and basically they could tell at a glance there was a swing set in the front yard which says we have small children. There was a minivan in the front driveway and the license plate was showing, which also says we have a family, because most people don't drive a minivan unless they're carting kids around. But just there was so many things that she discovered about this woman, even though the woman was, as a client, a complete stranger from another city. So it's absolutely amazing. And I mean, I don't know what Michael does, but I know on mine, if you go to my GoDaddy Whois, you'll see a post office box. I rented a post office box for exactly that purpose. They'll know where I live. That's not a problem. Although in Canada we have more security anyways on our websites. But I still, for public address, I always use a post office box. But so anyways, just some thoughts there too about protecting yourself and your safety.
And your grandchildren.
Well, exactly. I mean, I think on my whole page I talk about my grandson a lot, but you will only see his picture maybe 4 times in in the last 2 years. But
Well, family's why we do these things, so we want to take care of them in every way, and that's another way to take care of them, right? Is being aware online of what you're putting at risk and how you can protect it.
yeah.
Thanks, Agnes, for that information.
So, no, that's good. Okay, do you want the screen back, Michael?
I'm sure you can give me back the screen, but I'm just going to wrap it up. I wanted to keep these things short, and we've now been on the call for 35 minutes. I think that the new people are probably very full of information, and they're excited to go and share better what we offer. And I will, it may not happen today, folks, but tomorrow I'll make the changes in the AWeber box and make sure that it includes a who referred you.
The other thing I'm happy to do is, you know, if you ever wanted to use my page, it's just agnesnowles.ca/go-solar. And if you are sitting one-on-one with a client, when you get to my contact, just put, hi Agnes, this is Sarah. I'm sitting with a client who wants to know something. And then once again, we know that, you know, it's your client, not mine.
Thank you. Thank you. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know.
All right. Teamwork.
Yes.
Absolutely. As I keep posting about, teamwork really does make the dream work, and it is true. Nobody gets to be successful alone. It just cannot happen.
All right. Well, good to see everybody.
Thank you, Agnes. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate all of your time. If you're available at 6:30 tonight, I will be back here carrying on the education process, and we'll stick with Monday till we get a larger group. That I want to do Monday and Friday sooner or later, because those are days I know I can be available at 10 and 6:30. And I'd like to do the 2 sessions. That way we cover all time zones and schedules, because some people are at work right now, and this is not an option if you're at work.
Yeah.
So have a great day. Thank you all for participating, and we'll see you tonight this week.
Bye, everybody.
Right,
bye. Thank you, everybody.